Hey everyone, Last One here, and we are back with another updated crafting leveling guide. This time we are exploring armoring, again from 0 all the way to 200. So let's go! The station you need to use is the outfitting station. And as in our previous guide, the leveling process will be split into 4 phases. From level 0 to 50, from level 50 to 100, from 100 to 150, and finally from 150 to 200. But as always, if you are only interested in a particular phase, feel free to skip ahead. The timestamps are in the video description. So for phase 1, the item we'll be crafting is the linen shirt. Although most of the level 0 items you can craft here have the same experience to raw material ratio, this one has the highest fiber to iron ratio. And considering that it's much easier to get 1 fiber compared to 1 iron, this item will be our best option. And to be able to reach level 50, you will need to accumulate 13,350 experience. And since each linen shirt gives you 420 XP, we will need to craft 32 of them. And for that we will need 32 iron ingots, or 128 iron ores, 384 coarse leather, or 1,536 rawhide, and 704 linen, that requires 2,816 fiber. For the iron ores, you only need 3 to 5 nodes, and the initial zones have plenty of them. But if you need help, I will have links in the description for 2 of my iron ore guides. The rawhide comes from any skinnable animals, like bunnies, wolves, boars, etc., and they are spread everywhere as well. You should not have trouble finding them and collecting the required rawhide. Finally, for the fiber, a great location to gather it is in the region between Cutlass Keys and Windsward. In case you need help with that, I have a very detailed gathering guide for that region. It's a 30-minute route that can yield over 3400 fiber. The link for it will also be in the description. So, as soon as you finish collecting all the materials, it's just a matter of going to the outfitting station and crafting the 32 linen shirts. And there you go, level 50 armory. Alright, now for phase 2, the item we'll be using is the satin gloves, and to reach level 100 you will need another 155,250 experience. Since each gloves gives you 405 XP, you will need 384 of them. So here is everything that you will need. One side note here, if you prefer to gather rawhide over fiber, you can craft the rugged leather gloves. The quantities are exactly the same, you just need to swap the satin for rugged leather and the coarse leather for linen. Also, keep in mind that every time you see a reagent, you can replace it with a tier 4 or tier 5 versions. That will increase your chances of getting extra items every time you refine, and with that, lowering the total amount of raw materials you need to gather. We're gonna discuss those gains in a future video. So, after you craft all the 384 gloves, you should reach level 100 and move to phase 3. For phase 3, the item we'll be using is the silk gloves. And to reach level 150, you will need another 1,096,200 experience. Since each of these gloves gives you 1,512 XP, you will need 725 of them. And here are all the materials you will need. And on the gathering side, the only new material here is the silk threads. That can be found in good quantities in Brightwood and Morningdale. Similar to the previous phase, you can also use the leather options of the tier 4 gloves. You again just need to swap all the cloth and leather. So, after you finish crafting all the 725 gloves, you should be level 150 and ready to move to phase 4. For phase 4, guess what we'll be crafting? Yeah, the infused silk gloves. And to reach level 200, you will need to accumulate another 5,607,000 experience. And since each T5 gloves gives you 4,536, you will need to craft 1,237 of them. And in order to do that, these are all the materials you will need. And again, on the gathering side, the only new material here is the wire fiber. And the place that I like to gather it is the north area of Eden Grove. Similar to the previous phase, you can also use the leather options of the tier 5 gloves, just need to swap all the cloth and leather. And when you manage to craft all the 1,237 gloves, you should finally reach level 200. And that's it, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, please consider hitting that like button, and I hope to see you all on the next one on engineering, alright? Take it easy.